Chelsea's poor transfers and huge salaries haven't worked for them very well, and today I will try to bring them to their old form. First up, we have to make more than 100 million in sales. So that means that we need to sell some of our players. First player that we sold was a crucial one, and Nkunku was the player that got sold, and we will have a huge gap without him. The next one is our main striker,
Nicholas Jackson.
However, we are going to give a chance to our younger strikers. More and more players started leaving, as the next was Treble Chalobah. Following his steps was Alex Decisive, as well as Conor Gallagher. As we made a space and made more than 100 million in sales, let's set up our squad. As you can see, we still have a lot of players, but this time is much more manageable. Now, some development plans, so our players can develop as we have a lot of potential in our squad. As well, we bought some more coaches on every position for maximum development. So the first opponent is a serious challenge at the beginning. Let's see what our new team is capable of. Not even 10 minutes passed as Enzo Fernandez passed to Fofana as he turns and puts us on top. What a way to start this wonderful season. Let's hope for more. Noni passed to Palmer as Palmer doesn't miss this kind of chances and scores to double our lead. Amazing work. What a start of the season, considering we haven't made any signings at all. The game was going pretty well as we managed to keep the result as it was. And at the end, that helped us to take our first 3 points of the season. Next up, Wolves away from home. They can be very dangerous and very unpredictable. So let's try to take early advantage and focus on the game. We took this game seriously by attacking as much as we could, but we still needed that last push for the goal. For now, the game is going just fine. A great counterattack led by Noni Madueke, as it ended up in our favor as we scored a goal for our lead that later on helped us win the game. We welcome Palace home, so let's see if we can get 3 points on our home ground. Not much needed, as informed Fofana found himself in a wonderful chance that gave us the goal and give us the lead on the score sheet. The half ended in a huge mess in their box that at the end resulted in us having our lead doubled, and just like that finish this match and secure our points. Next comes Boro, and let's see if we can continue our winning streak. The whole team started up very well, but it couldn't go this great and flawless without the strength and the power of our striker Fofana that has absolutely dominated this season. Let's hope that this form will stick with him for the rest of the season. Another great build-up that ended up in a goal scored once again by Fofana. The points are ours. Next up comes West Ham, and we are away, so let's focus and get this important points. We took the early control of the game as Enzo was in an ideal position for a shoot, but it was just enough for their keeper. The 10 minutes mark has passed as we continued attacking more and more, and the duo of Palmer and Fofana worked once again as we took the lead in the first half. If this duo continues like this, we might win the treble this season. After scoring, West Ham players lost the possession of the ball as Fofana grabbed it and tried to cross for Palmer as his shot was saved. Close chance for a double lead, but just narrow. Fofana once more made a chance for himself, but their keeper is just fantastic. The tension before the end of the half was building up fast, but no keeper was going to save this shot from Palmer. Just look at this goal! Fabulous! And at the end, we got the result we wanted. Next, we have a cup game, and let's give the other players a chance to play in the first 11. And let's give rest to some of our crucial players, so they can be ready for the next conference and domestic league games. And at the end, a risky game, but the penalties save us. A draw in the Conference League, but we cannot focus on that. As next, we have an important match versus Forest in the Premier League. Let's get this crucial 3 points. Only 3 minutes in, and Caicedo stole the ball as he goes and scores for the lead. What a players we have. Forest were left powerless against us as everything they did was denied. And just like that, Madueke gave a ball in their box that resulted in us taking the lead and getting the points home. Liverpool next, important game, so let's see. They took the control at the start, but that doesn't mean anything, as seconds later we took it back. They weren't careful as Fofana escaped at the back and scored in their net, which now make him the top scorer of the Premier League for this season. We now lead, so let's try to keep the result as it is, because only one mistake could cost us a goal, as Liverpool is side that is not giving any chance for granted. Diaz was very sharp on the wings, but Nunez's final product was bad, so the result stays the same. Great ball for Fofana, but Van Dijk makes an unforgivable tackle that costed him the game, as that resulted in a red card for him. Palmer and Fofana once again combine for a goal as Fofana doubles our lead in this game. But even with a red card, Liverpool managed to overturn the game in their favor as they take the 3 points in an insane comeback. We took a win in the Conference League. Next comes Manchester United, and let's see if we can win the game and reclaim the last 3 we lost in an absurd comeback we conceded. In a comparison between Manchester and the other teams, they are holding the ball the entire time as they are building their momentum. But let's try to run their chances for that. Still, Manchester holds the possession, and we couldn't do anything about that. They were attacking as much as they can, as on the wings, they were unstoppable. And at the end, we save ourselves, as Bruno missed a penalty that is very rare, but the points are split up. The statistics of the team are really promising, as I'm surprised at Fofana. He came as an emergency striker and deliver as he was the main one. Palmer doing great as well. This team has a bright future. Semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. We are already close to a title. Let's see if we can take advantage of the current situation and grab a momentum. Spurs were not giving up as they were building up their next chance for a goal. So let's try to stop their constancy and start to build up our play. At the start of the second half, Palmer was handed a penalty that was realized by himself and gave us the lead in the semi-finals against Tottenham. He didn't stop there, as he scored one more banger to seal the deal and give us the win. One more shaky game in the FA Cup, but we are true. We are one step away from winning our first trophy this season, so let's do it. Here it is, a Carabao Cup final against Manchester City. Let's see if we can and have the power to win our first trophy this season. However, in the mess, Haaland picked up the ball and scored to give Man City the lead in the final. Difficulties already, but that won't stop us from fighting till the end, as Fofana puts a question mark on the winner. We are still in the game. One more quick counterattack by Madueke as he passes the ball to Fofana, as Fofana make a quick overturn of the game as the lead is in our hands. At the end, we destroyed Manchester City, and as a result, we lift our first trophy this season. Later on, we even won the FI Cup, so that our second trophy now lasts the chance for the third trophy, a final in the Conference League against AEK. Let's see if we are capable of doing the unthinkable. Fofana showed his class in the final as he puts us in the lead. What a big game player. Madueke gives a ball to Fofana as he doubles the lead. A brace in the final, wow. And at the end, that resulted in us winning our third trophy this season. At the end, the celebration is here with the 3 trophies won. We missed out on the Premier League, but I guess the Premier League was too big of a bite. But at the end, we did it. If you like this, make sure to support the work, and see you in the next one.